There's a new novel for pre-Dragonflight story. Blizzard clearly learned their lesson. Isn't that the sad truth? Isn't that the sad truth? That's kind of like what you can expect, right? From Blizzard. Is like, look, we learned our lesson. It's totally gonna be fine. We're gonna tell you the story in the game. We're gonna do all the things. And then it's like, oh, by the way, you know, if you want to know the story of Dragonflight, you can buy this book. And there's nothing wrong with doing like a book for a video game. There's absolutely nothing wrong expanding the universe and the lore and all of that stuff. The problem is that through our experience, you know, that's the way that Blizzard tells their story. It's not expanding the universe. It's not complementing the universe. If anything, it's taking away from the video game, because they take the story away and they put it in a book. That's what they've always done. That is what they've always done. And especially this time around, it's called a Dragonflight prequel, is what they called it. Right? Like, just legit, the Dragonflight prequel. I don't know if the listing's here. Let me see. Dragonflight prequel, Amazon. There should be like an image. Yeah, here it is. I'm assuming it's the listing's no longer up. They probably wait. No, it is. it's just straight up in there. Check this out. Look at it. Untitled Dragonflight prequel, World of Warcraft, hardcover, November 22nd, 2022. A prequel story to World of Warcraft Dragonflight. Imagine something like Final Fantasy's patch, you know, the patch quests after you do the MSQ, which, you know, pretty much flawlessly lead you from one story to the next. You don't need a prequel book because it's all in the game. It's like the story's all there. You just go through it in a flow from one expansion to the next. What does World of Warcraft do? Buy this book. Your subscription fee is not enough. Why don't you buy this book? It's so terrible, dude. You'd wish that they would learn something, but they don't. They're just up to their same old tricks. And this is why I kind of have a problem with, you know, people basically already being all up on the hype train and already being, oh man, this time's going to be the one, Dragonflight's going to be the one, because here's an example. Look at this, for instance, right? And again, I don't want anybody to give Bellular shit, because look, he's just a guy, he's excited for the game, it's whatever. But I mean, I don't think that this is potentially good, because like if you look at this, right, whenever he's talking about Dragonflight, new direction and super positive, because we've watched all these videos, right? Super positive, big expansion pack details, same thing. And here, whenever there's whenever he sees an interview and there's like a question where Ian or some other developer goes and says, well, we're thinking about, but we can't actually do it, and he goes, maybe, you know,
if only
it's like, and then new lore again, super positive, much better, even more reveals, Blizzard's taking Warcraft in a different direction. It's like, I get it, you're excited, but this paints a very specific picture as to what players can expect from Dragonflight, which we still don't know, especially after an expansion like Shadowlands, right? After an expansion like Shadowlands, I kind of feel like we really should be tempering people's expectations, and this is just full steam ahead on the hype train, let's go, choo-choo! There's like one video where he's talking about things I'm still worried about Dragonflight. Look, major win. Is it? And the reason I have problems with this, it's like, look, Shadowlands was terrible, and content creators were doing the exact same thing right before Shadowlands. Most of the World of Warcraft content creators are going like, oh, dude, Shadowlands is going to be awesome. It's going to be alt-friendly. It's going to be all these things. It's going to be freaking amazing. It's the best thing. and it's like, oh, well, in the beta, looks like there's some problems with the covenants, but they said they can pull the ripcord, so that's actually not a problem. Boo-choo, Steam full hype ahead, let's go! And then what do we get? Yeah, we got Shadowlands. Did they pull the ripcord? Fuck no, they didn't. They didn't pull no goddamn ripcord. And we ended up with potentially one of the worst expansions in World of Warcraft history. One of the biggest drops in player base in World of Warcraft. Well, I don't think it's the biggest one. Probably Warlords of Draenor must have been bigger. I don't know. I don't have the numbers in front of me. But like still a pretty significant player drop. In which, during those times, Blizzard just resorted to milking them whales, right? They just milk their whales and whatever. But I think it's very dangerous to, you know, go on about this stuff like it's all good, and then we instantly see, yeah, nothing's really changing. Everything's pretty much the same, starting with the story, which is being told in the book instead of the actual game. I mean, we'll see, whatever. But yeah, it's a problem because, like, look, all of these supposed improvements that we're going to be getting, you want to know why we're getting them? Because people gave them crap. Because people didn't do this. Because we didn't do this, the whole super positive coverage. That's why we're getting all of these improvements. Because they're like, oh my god, we actually lost players. The content creators are fed up with this nonsense. And, yeah, I fear that everybody being, like, instantly super positive at the first sight of potential improvements without even seeing what those improvements can be is a problem, because they're just going to go back to their old ways.
If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
It is what it is.